Get you set for the first pitch of this one. Vinny Rotino and Sophia Minner. Jeff Levering with you on this Father's Day. Sun trying to poke through some of those clouds. Rain's supposed to stay away today. That's a good thing as Christian Yelich gets ready to dig in against Bryce Elder and the Braves. The rest of the starting lineup: Jackson Chourio, Bryce Terang, and William Contreras. Jake Bauers makes his first start of the series. Garrett Mitchell, Sal Freely, Cooper Pratt, and then David Hamilton winds out that starting 9 for Pat Murphy's squad. They get the right-hander Elder, who's had a really resurgent season after 2 down years, an all-star season in 2023. He's back to his form this year.
Yeah, making his 16th start of the year. Last pitched a week ago Sunday against the Mets, where he gave up 6 earned runs. That was his worst start of the year. 10 hits, only struck out 2 and gave up 2 home runs, both against left-handed hitters. That's going to be a theme of today, how he fares against left-handed batters. Let's take a look at that defense playing behind Bryce Elder today. Mauricio Dubon gets the start in left. Michael Harris back in there in center field. Eli White in right. Austin Riley at third. Ha-Seong Kim, his first start of the series at shortstop. Ozzie Albies, the hero of the game for the Braves, at second base in yesterday's game. Matt Olson at first, and Joey Bart, his second game in a row behind the dish for the Braves.
Getting you set for our first pitch of the game today. As Bryce Elder toes the slab, it's presented by Aurora Healthcare. You see a lot of blue today. Pitch to Christian Yelich is high for ball 1, and off we go from Atlanta. Blue bats, blue gloves, shin guards, elbow guards, everything in blue today for Father's Day as Yelich takes high. It's 2-0.
Yep. Major League Baseball does a great job with the Prostate Cancer Foundation. Most common form of cancer behind skin cancer. Should check that out and donate to that great cause. That's what the blue ribbons are signifying, and all the blue colors.
Trying to keep Dad in the game.
Yep.
2-1 on Yelich. Did not play yesterday, and he sends one out towards center. Harris drifting back, and just short of the warning track makes the catch. Home plate umpire today is Scott Berry. First base umpire Manny Gonzalez. Tom Hanahan is at second base, and the crew chief over at third is Ron Culpa. One away for Jackson Chourio. 2 out of 8 in this series. He's doubled, singled. And the first one is a strike on Jackson Chourio.
Anytime the ball goes up in the air, that last fly ball by Christian Yelich, you're hoping and thinking, you know, maybe they had a chance to carry out of here after watching the 2 pop-ups basically get out of the ballpark in yesterday's game for Ozzie Albies. A heartbreaking loss for the Brewers yesterday.
A couple of 1-run games, the first 2 games of this series. Brewers could have easily won both. And strike 3 called. Chourio not challenging the call. Could have, didn't. First strikeout for Elder.
Now let's check out today's Miller Time game plan. And this is a cliche that Pat Murphy uses all the time, is meet the game halfway. Be easy. It would be easy to try and do a little bit too much in today's game. After dropping the first 2 games of the series, you have your ace and then your co-ace on the mound in Jacob Misiorowski and Kyle Harrison. You drop both of those games, and so you're going to be easy and kind of natural to try and do a little bit too much to get that victory. Just got to continue to play your game. Pat Murphy talks about that all the time. Meet the game halfway. Can't do too much. The game will not reward you for doing so.
Pat Murphy in the chair on the side of the dugout. Revealed yesterday that he is going to be having back surgery on the off day before the Cubs series. 0-2 pitch to Terang is up and in. And then during the All-Star break, we'll still go along with his procedure to have his hip replaced.
Yeah, a lot going on for Murph as of late. He's been in a lot of pain.
And strike 3 call. That comeback fastball. A couple of backwards Ks for Bryce Elder. See Robert Gasser on the other side here in Atlanta.
Legendary moments start with a light. It's Miller time.
Back in Atlanta on this Father's Day. Great to have you aboard with us. Brewers trying to salvage a game in the series before heading to Cincinnati. 3-game set against the Reds. First matchup of the year against Cincinnati. Starting lineup at Dubon, Baldwin, and Albies. Olsen, Harrison, Riley, Bart, White, and Hassan Kim finishes out that starting lineup for Atlanta. And Robert Gasser makes the start for the Brewers on this Father's Day.
Looking for his first win of the season, Jeff. His 6th start of the year. 4th for Gass since he's been back in the rotation. He pitched great last time out on Tuesday against the Guardians. He covered 5 2/3 and 92 pitches, gave up just 2 hits, punched 5 without giving up an earned run in that start, looking to build off that.
Very patient hitting Braves team, and the first one is way outside, ball 1 on Mauricio Dubon.
And it's all about the free passes for Robert Gasser. First start against the Twins, 2 walks, 3 hit by pitches. Second start against the Dodgers, 4 walks. Next 3 starts has given up just 5 total free passes.
Walked just 2. They came to back-to-back batters. One was an 11-pitch at bat, and then walked the very next hitter, and then nothing after that against Cleveland. Dubon rips it foul, third base side. That's the key for him, the sweeper.
If he can land that fastball to the upper third and then throw the sweeper and the cutter off of it, he's going to have a good time against this Braves team. A little bit of a similar look that the Braves had in yesterday's game against Kyle Harrison.
1-2 line down the left field line. That is a fair ball. Hops over the fence, an automatic double, and Mauricio Dubon gets the Braves off on the right foot with a double. Defense behind Robert Gasser. Vinny.
Brought to you by Landmark Credit Union. Jackson Churio in left, Garrett Mitchell in center, Sal Frelick out there in right field. David Hamilton gets the start at third base with the righty on the mound. Cooper Pratt, the rookie, at short. Bryce Terang at second. Jake Bowers at first. And William Contreras back-to-back days, day game after night game for Contreras.
Caught all 3 games in this series, as the first one is down and in on Drake Baldwin, who's 0 for 8 in this series with 5 strikeouts. Just 2 for 18 since coming off the injured list. One of those hits a long home run. 473 feet away into the shrubs in center.
Shrubbery?
Yes, the shrubbery. Flesh wound.
He's got 11 strikeouts since coming off the IL.
Baldwin, slow ground ball to second base. Terang throws him out. Over to third goes Dubon. Ozzie Albies coming up. He was the hero yesterday for Atlanta. Had the first hit against Kyle Harrison. It was a home run. And then he walked it off last night. Just did tuck it fair. This was his home run against Harrison.
Yeah, really just a fly ball, only 97 miles per hour off the bat. It's a short porch out there and right, and he showed how short it was in his last at bat, the walk-off homer.
Albies rips at the first pitch and sends it foul. Very aggressive, and this is his best side of the plate.
And we've learned too that he uses the biggest bat on the team, 35-inch, 33-ounce bat. He's got a lot of plate coverage, especially with him right on top of the plate. It was not a bad pitch that Aaron Ashby threw to him in yesterday's game, that sinker down and away, but he has enough plate coverage to hit that fly ball to right that ended up getting out.
Infield's up for the Brewers. 1-1 misses high. Albies now with 40 RBIs on the season, and he hits one in the air to right. Frelick will get behind it. Dubon to tag. Frelick makes the catch. Throw towards the plate. Late. Albies puts the Braves up 1-0. Just deep enough.
And double. Get him over with the ground ball by Drake Baldwin. Get him in with the fly ball by Ozzie Albies. And Dubon just too fast. Is deep enough for him to be able to score quite easily. So he just lifts that fly ball into right. That's exactly what you're taught to do. Don't try and pull it, just hit something into the outfield, and Dubon, he can really run, able to score.
Seen it a few times this year, Vinny. That throw kind of took a weird bounce off of the grass, went straight up instead of skipped.
Right. Kind of stuck in the ground, just kind of luck of the draw as to what kind of bounce you're going to get.
So 1-0. Olsen at the plate. 1 for 7 in the series. And a swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Gasser trying to get out of this with no further damage.
The Braves with 2 come from behind victories so far in this series. Now the Brewers are going to try and return that favor. Come from behind and hopefully avoid the sweep.
Olsen down the right field line, hooking, foul. Out in front of a sweeper.
That's such a dangerous hitter. Also with 20 home runs on the season.
The Brewers are missing the Braves when they are without Ronald Acuna Jr. dealing with a hamstring issue. Walt Weiss in year number 1 in Atlanta. Longtime bench coach after his time in Colorado. 2-2 pitch. Hit foul.
A lot of continuity for this Braves team because Walt Weiss takes over as the manager after Brian Snitker stepped down. Won a World Series under Snit. Walt Weiss, everyone says and raves about the job that he's doing in Atlanta.
Olsen, a fly ball to left. Churio giving chase. It's in the seats. Very similar to the situation, sort of kind of not really, when Snitker steps down, much like when the Brewers Craig Counsell leaves, Pat Murphy steps in. Felt like nothing changed.
Right. Yeah, players are comfortable and familiar with the change. Not bringing in a whole new personality and approach to the game.
2-2. Foul back again. We have 9-pitch at bat with Gasser and Matt Olsen. A 10-pitch at bat now.
I threw him a changeup there, left on left changeup, something that Gass doesn't do very often. Trying to find something in his toolbox to get rid of Matt Olsen here in this at bat.
That one hit foul. 11-pitch AB. Again, he had one of these in his last appearance against Cleveland. Ended up walking the hitter. It was David Fry.
It's not someone in a batter that you just want to go ahead and give in against and tell him to go ahead and hit it because it might not come down.
Another 3-2 pitch. And he walked him. So an 11-pitch walk to Matt Olsen gives Michael Harris a chance. And this is typically a time where you'd see Contreras go out and talk with Gasser, and that's what he's going to do, just to give him a moment to breathe.
Yeah, you got to reset mentally after a grindy at bat like that by Matt Olsen. 11-pitch walk, just his 6th walk given up in these last now 4 starts for Gass. Just reset and go ahead and get the lefty and Michael Harris.
Michael Harris returned to the starting lineup yesterday. Had a double. paints a strike on the outside corner.
I just think it's really interesting too, Jeff, that Walt Weiss stacks these lefties against a left-handed pitcher in Gasser. If Drake Baldwin in the 2-hole, and then 4-5 in Olson and Harris.
Everybody else right-handed in the lineup today. Typically you might see Austin Riley in this number 5 spot, but he has been scuffling this year, and Harris has been one of the best hitters. He also crushes left-handed pitching. 1-2.
We got OPS at 800 coming into the series against lefties. Matt Olson has no issues hitting against southpaws. Drake Baldwin's been one of the best hitters, not just a left-handed hitter against lefties, but
he struck him out. Comes back after the 11-pitch walk, and he freezes Michael Harris. Braves get a run.
One call, that's all.
1-0 Braves on this Father's Day. Top half of inning number 2. Check out today's Verizon Reliable Performance. Bryce Elder this season. First 11 starts, ERA under 2. Last 4 starts, a little beefy, 7.20. Opponents hitting just over 300 against him. The difference, the home run ball. A lot of that. His last start against the Mets. Pretty good in his 2 previous starts before that.
He's had just 2 kind of bad outings, but yeah, the 4 home runs in his last 4 starts, as opposed to 5 home runs total in his first 11. He was top 5 in ERA in baseball with that 1.97 ERA through his first 11 starts. All comes down to the command. He started throwing a cut fastball as well. That's a new pitch for him, learned and taught to him by Greg Maddux.
Decent teacher.
Yeah. Hall of Famer.
0-2 liner off the glove of Albies. A base hit for William Contreras. Leadoff man is on to start the second inning. Contreras has been hitting rockets all over the field, and now Contreras talking some trash to his old teammate Ozzie Albies.
He tells him, Ozzie, you don't have enough range to get to this rocket right back up the middle. That was a slider over the plate. And he just drives it right back up the middle. Ozzie not able to get to it, and Elder says, nice try.
Good effort. Here's Jake Bauers. Bauers swings and misses. Popped out of the glove of Joey Bart. Bauers, his first start of the series. He's played in both games. Came off the bench. With 2 lefty starters the first 2 games of this series. Martin Perez and Chris Sale yesterday. Vaughn made the start at first.
I'm sure Bauers wanted to play in those 2 games, but day off game 1 against Perez, the lefty, but then I'm sure he's not too sad about missing the start against Chris Sale.
Check the swing, didn't go.
Who looked really good yesterday, Jeff. 37 years old, pumping 99-mile-per-hour fastballs.
And that was in his last inning of work too, in the 6th. The Brewers knocked him out after 5 2/3. Got 2 runs against him. Had the lead against Sale when he left the game. 2-1 to Bauers. Ground ball left side finds a hole. Back-to-back hits open up the second inning against Elder.
Yeah, this is by design right here. Trying to stay inside the baseball. That's what Jake Bauers has been trying to do all season long. Attack and win the inside part of the baseball. That's what he does. Hits a little ground ball right where the shortstop has been playing for 150 years. And he was shifted on him up the middle. Ha-Seong Kim gets a base hit.
Something cooking for the Brewers with Garrett Mitchell digging in. Mitchell 2 hits in the opening game of the series. 0 for 4, couple of Ks yesterday. And a first pitch. Ooh, strike. Again, you have the ability to challenge if you don't believe it. But Garrett Mitchell says we play on.
Yeah, well above the strike zone.
Chopper hit towards short. Kim will go to first just in time to get Mitchell. Almost beat it out. Runners at second and third with 1 away.
Yeah, productive out, moving the runners up. Obviously not what Garrett Mitchell's trying to do right here, but works out for the Brewers to get them over to second and third. Pretty nice play on the run by Ha-Seong Kim. Just beats the speedy Garrett Mitchell.
Sal Frelick digs in. Tying run at third. Go ahead run at second base. Trying to answer that run that the Braves got in the home half of the first inning. And Frelick lines one down the left field line. That'll score a couple. Contreras is in. Bowers is in. Frelick on his way to second base with a 2-run double. Just like that, the Brewers have the lead.
Oh, what a nice piece of hitting right here by Sal Frelick, answering back after the Braves score in the bottom of the first. Here they come answering back. That's a four-seamer top of the zone, and Sal Frelick's so good at keeping that top hand above the baseball. Lines a double into that left field corner, and the Brewers now have the lead 2-1. Great piece of hitting by Sal.
Still only one out for Cooper Pratt, who's had a great series. 3 for 7, including a multi-hit game yesterday. Hitting a robust .375 in his first week as a big leaguer. Looking to add on against Elder. Little chopper hit towards short. Frelick goes back to the bag, and the throw is in time to get Pratt. Took him just a beat to get out of the box. Pat Murphy holding up a hand, and they will not challenge. So Ha-Seong Kim with a couple of nice plays coming in.
Yeah, another nice play on the run by Ha-Seong Kim, and Cooper Pratt just gets beat by that throw by about a half a step.
Frelick could not advance to third, so he stays at second for David Hamilton. Hamilton takes a strike. The top of the zone seems to be open for business today for Scott Berry. Not necessarily a good thing for Elder, but could be for Gasser.
Right.
Hamilton, a drive towards the gap in left center. It's over Harris's head and off the wall. Hamilton into second base with a 2-out RBI double. It's 3-1.
David Hamilton, that is a rocket into left center field. This is what he's been focusing on, is keeping that front shoulder closed, and he just hammers this breaking ball. And Michael Harris cannot catch up to it. That is a rocket off the base of the wall, and the Brewers add it on another run, 3-1 here in the top of the second.
You talked about the lefties, Vinny. The lefties have 3 hits in this inning, including both doubles, as Yelich swings and misses at the slider.
Well, that's the difference for Bryce Elder from year to year. Last year, lefty just teed off against him. He added the cutter, and that's been a weapon for him against left-handed batters. And he's been one of the best in baseball at just neutralizing the left-handed bats, except these last 2 starts against the Phillies and now the against the Mets, I should say. And now the Brewers are doing a nice job of squaring him up.
The Brewers are attacking early. This is his 16th pitch of the inning and the 7th batter he's faced.
Yeah, it's part of the plan. He throws strikes, doesn't walk a lot of guys, fills up the zone, and the Brewers are attacking mistakes early in counts.
Tight on Yelich. Fly to deep center to open up the ball game. A 3-1 lead for the Brewers and for Robert Gasser. Two balls, 2 strikes on Yelich. Pitch number 30 in the outing coming up from Elder. Still hasn't thrown 20 pitches in this inning. Now he will.
And that's what the approach from the Brewers will get you to do. It'll get you to start to nibble a little bit. Oh, these guys are being a little aggressive against me. I can't really fill up the zone early in counts. So I'm going to start nibbling around the zone.
3-2 runner goes, and it's down and in. Ball 4. Hamilton swipes third base. First walk of the ball game from Elder, and that will warrant a visit. from Jeremy Hefner, the pitching coach. And while we have a moment, a message from Diggers Hotline.
For 50 years, Diggers Hotline has helped protect Wisconsin residents. Contact them for free 3 or more working days before digging. Be smart. Check before you start.
Jackson Chourio coming up, the 8th man to hit in this inning. He's been on quite the binge here of late. This was Wednesday against Cleveland. Went the other way. He's got 10 home runs on our Wisconsin Lottery home run counter.
He's got 8 in the month of June. He has been on an absolute tear as of late. Jackson Chourio has been swinging the bat, even swinging the bat well in this series, hitting the ball hard, not getting a ton of hits to show for it, just 2 hits so far in this series.
Struck out looking on a pitch up in the zone back in the opening inning. And he drives on back up the middle. It's a 4-run second for the Brewers on that missile hit by Jackson Chourio.
And on the first pitch of the at-bat, again, aggressive against Bryce Elder after the walk to Yelich. That's a sinker, middle. You don't want to throw it right there against Jackson Chourio. He's ready for it all the time. Right back up the middle for an RBI. And now 4-1 with a 4-run second inning for the Brewers.
Bryce Terang, the 9th man to hit in the inning. Don't forget, Christian Yelich was down in the count 0-2 before he drew his walk. And now Terang, ground ball towards the middle. That'll sneak through. Yelich will score. 5-1 Brewers. Attacking early and often.
Yeah, again, the first pitch of the at-bat, Bryce Terang. You know, this lineup super aggressive against Bryce Elder. Again, this pitch, Bryce Terang able to handle right down the middle on that breaking ball. That was a slider right back up the middle. Another run, another RBI, and the carousel moves on.
Contreras, who started this inning with a base hit off the edge of the glove of Ozzie Albies at second base, hits for a second time. A 5-run second inning for Milwaukee. He took the first pitch. First time in a while that a Brewer took a first pitch.
Well, again, this is going to get Bryce Elder a little bit on his heels, trying to nibble around the zone, I'm sure. You know what your opponent is doing, what their plan is against you, and so you have to make better pitches, especially early in counts.
Contreras, a drive into left. It is back and gone. That ball was shot out of a cannon. Another home run for Contreras. It's an 8-run second inning.
My goodness. My good. This ball sounded like a gunshot off the bat of William Contreras. 110 mile per hour exit velocity, a line drive that got out of here in about 1 second. 408-foot line drive. That's a sinker right on the inside edge on the second pitch of the at-bat. Did not miss it, and Contreras knew he got it. Putting up a crooked number here against Bryce Elder in the second inning.
Surprised he didn't break the video board above the Brewers bullpen.
Is it still working?
Barely.
Wow.
That ball was tattooed.
What a shot.
Bowers takes high. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And finding some holes, right? The Brewers have been putting some balls in play hard the first 2 games of the series, not getting a lot of results for it, and now all of a sudden they put up an 8 spot in the second.
And 6 of them with 2 outs. Most innings scoring 3 or more runs. Brewers #1. When they score in bunches. And that pitch is a called strike 3. Bowers thinking about it. Too late to challenge. Finally, the bleeding ends. But for the Brewers, they hang a snowman on the Braves in the second inning.
Series finale between the Brewers and the Braves off to a good start here now, an 8-1 lead for Robert Gasser. And Pat Murphy talking about Gasser. What a great opportunity for him to face this Braves lineup coming off of easily his best start of the season Tuesday against the Guardians. It was 5 2/3 scoreless for him, 5 strikeouts, that coming all on the fastball and the sweeper, 92 pitches for him and 62 for strikes. And he said that was the most important, is Gasser consistently being in the zone more. The sweeper command has been better for him. That's his primary pitch with 28% usage, and the usage overall is pretty even between that sweeper, sinker, fastball, the cutter, the changeup, just 9%. And so Pat Murphy saying that as he continues to work his way back and building up, the biggest thing for him will be adding something with movement north-south. He said he's got the east-west covered with how everything moves and his current arsenal, but that will be the next step of his development, is just to give hitters something else to look at, but certainly wanting to continue to build off of that last start against the Guardians.
Thank you, Sophia. Here comes the 2-1 to Austin Riley. That one caught the corner. It's a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
Yeah, I think with Gas, it's really about, and I talked to Chris Hook about this, about his head and how he keeps good direction with his head towards the plate.
Hit foul off the right side.
And what that does is if he starts to get a little bit east-west with his delivery, his head will start to pull a little bit towards that third baseline. And then his hand will actually get away from his head a little bit. So if you think about, as your head pulls, your hand and your arm get away from you, and your stuff isn't as crisp.
You're going to have to show that again. You just did the whole thing, but now everybody can see you.
So I'm not left-handed, but I'll exemplify this. So as your head pulls this way, your hand and your arm will get away from you a little bit. If your head stays with good direction, you're able to drive the ball through home plate.
Keep your head straight.
Yeah. Easier said than done.
Long drive into center field for Austin Riley. It's his second hit of the series. Leadoff man is on for Atlanta.
Well, Gas has some breathing room now, so be aggressive in the zone. And this is a sinker, and Austin Riley and just drives it right back up the middle. Struggling most of the year, Austin Riley trying to pull off pitches, and he stays on that one.
Joey Bart at the plate. Georgia kid back home playing for the Braves, and that one caught the top part of the strike zone. But that last pitch to Austin Riley is a good example for Robert Gasser, right?
100%. Yeah, so we saw him just kind of get away from that key for him in his first 2 starts of the season. Again, with all those free passes, he gave up 5 free passes in the first start against the Twins, and then against the Dodgers it was 4 free passes. And so lately he's been really doing a good job of really not misfiring much at all.
Yeah. It's all about location for him. Missed his location on Austin Riley. Missed middle instead of trying to drive it on that inside corner. Sometimes that's just slow on the left arm getting through it.
And think about, he gets a lot of bad swings. I mean, he's not a big guy. There's some deception to how he does it. He hides the baseball a little bit, but there's extra giddy up on that fastball. Again, when he keys on what we just talked about with that head.
1-2 on Bart, and he popped it up foul. When I see him work, I see a lot of Madison Bumgarner in his delivery. Now, he's not 6'6" like Madison Bumgarner was. He doesn't have that kind of size, but it's that type of crossfire action. The arm angle is very similar.
Right. I mean, if you're a guy that has that lower arm angle to how you're doing it, you still have to stay on top of the baseball, which is not that intuitive, right? You think that, you get the arm angle is a little bit lower, and so you think you're going to get outside of the baseball. Well, that makes your stuff flatten out, and then that makes you very hittable, and you can't throw strikes. So when Gas stays on top and behind the baseball, again, there is that deception to what he does.
Still 1-2 on Joey Bart. And a pop-up. Cooper Pratt into shallow left.
Start the holiday weekend with $1 hot dogs at the Brewers game on July 2nd. The Crew takes on the Reds, and it's the perfect day to bring your squad for the best deal in baseball. Get your $1 dog tickets at Brewers.com.
Gasser trying to get out of this and have a shutdown inning after his offense gave him 8 in the top half of the second. Eli White takes ball 1. White takes a rip at that sweeper. That sweeper was the pitch that was giving him problems against Minnesota first time back in the big leagues this year. He's cleaned it up for the better part of his last few starts. Nearly hit him with the cutter.
He's able to throw it now where he wants to. He was kind of scattering that pitch all over the place. Again, it has everything to do with how he's getting through the baseball. And again, making sure that head stays on line.
2-1 coming. Fouled it away.
A lot of room to work with, obviously, in an 8-1 ball game here for Gasser. And his goal right here is to continue to attack the strike zone. Hopefully get through at least 5.
The thing is, too, Vinny, that you're curious how the bullpen looks today. Abner Uribe has worked in back-to-back ball games, and McGill worked last night. Strike 3 called. Perfect sweeper at the knees, and White is rung up.
Good pitch. Good pitch right here from Gasser. Has that late break to it. That sweeper is definitely a weapon for him. It tunnels well with the fastball, and he lands it right here at the bottom of the zone. Eli White is frozen.
Number 9 hitter Ha-Seong Kim. And opens up with strike 1. Kim starting at short today rather than Jorge Mateo. Remember, we saw Mateo beat out an infield single and did not look like he was moving around very well after that.
Yeah, his knee is barking. I'm actually surprised he's not playing in today's game. Ha-Seong Kim is signed for $20 million this year, yet Walt Weiss just plays his best lineup. Doesn't matter. He does not care who's making money on this team. He's struggling all year.
Yeah, hitting .085 coming into the game today. Outstanding defensive player. Gold Glove winner back in San Diego a few years ago. He's been bouncing around the last couple of years, though. 1-2. And he struck him out. Good shutdown inning from Robert Gasser. Couple of Ks. Works around a leadoff single.
I mean, it's a privilege. That's all it is. Really. I mean, you talk about your greatest achievement in life, right? It's definitely kids. It's unbelievable. I know for other people it's other things, but for me, it's my kids.
Father of 4, Pat Murphy, reflecting on the importance of being a dad and the opportunity that we have to bring you the game of baseball on this Father's Day. As Garrett Mitchell swings and misses, it's a 1-ball 1-strike count. As we said in the open, there's nothing better than this sport to bring fathers and sons together, father figures.
Yeah. Yeah, lucky enough to be a dad myself to Adrian, Olivia, and Cece, and try to be a great dad because I had a great dad as an example.
Strike 3 called on Mitchell, and Scott Berry's strike zone has been extremely large here recently. Here's some pictures of some of the Brewers players and their kiddos. There's Aaron Ashby and Trevor McGill with his daughter on family day. Brandon Lockridge. Rob's Strisny celebrating. No goggles. Grant Anderson celebrated his birthday yesterday, and then Father's Day today. Brandon Woodruff with his 2 kids. And time called, and there is some barking from the Brewers dugout.
Yeah, and that's what Scott Berry's going to say. If you have a problem with the strike zone, then challenge it. But yes, but also get the calls a little bit closer, right? Adjust your strike zone. Those are way too up in the zone. I get it, but at the same time, you need to be strategic as to how you're using your challenges.
Right. I think more than anything, again, if it is an egregious call, don't be afraid to challenge it, and then the umpire is forced to make the decision.
Yeah.
And make the adjustment.
For sure.
And if you don't, you end up with a game like we had in Las Vegas.
How many challenges in that game?
16.
Wow.
And those were the ones that were actually challenged. There could have been a lot more that weren't.
Wow. Is that a record for the year?
It was definitely a record.
Yeah.
Sal Frelick takes a high strike. And again, if you're Sal, you don't like it, go ahead and challenge it, because that is not a strike.
Yeah.
That's inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. I don't think Garrett Mitchell, I think he saw 1 strike in that entire sequence.
Yeah, Scott Berry's definitely has his sights set too high for that strike zone.
Off the end of the bat towards third, tough play. Riley, bare hand pickup, throw to first, safe. Frelick beat it out.
Yeah, Sal getting an infield hit. Just hit it right off the end of the bat, right down that third base line. This is a pretty nice play by Austin Riley to barehand this ball and throw a strike to first, but Sal is too fast.
So he's 2 for 2. Sal Frelick has 5 doubles, by the way. He doubled and drove in a couple of runs in that first inning, gave the Brewers the lead. 5 doubles in the month of June. He had 5 doubles the entire season before this month.
Yeah, he's starting to swing the bat a little bit better. You see the average and some of the numbers start to creep up a little bit. He was such a productive player offensively last year for the Brewers. And so we're just kind of waiting and seeing if Sal can reproduce what he was able to do last season. Starting to show some signs of life with the bat.
Toss to first. Frelick back with a dive.
You talk to Sal Frelick too. All he cares about is getting on base, and it's authentic. Yeah, some guys just give you a little bit of lip service. Yeah, I just want to get on base for the team. He really believes that, and he really plays that way. One of the most unselfish players you'll ever come across, Sal Frelick.
Just wants to win.
Yeah, he just wants to win. He'll have his numbers by the end of the year.
You can count on Cooper Pratt. Went after that high cutter. Pratt 0 for 1. Took a nice play from Hassan Kimmich short to take a base hit away from Pratt. Brewers scored 6 times with 2 outs in that second inning. Lines it foul. This kid's approach is so good, going up the middle and the right side.
Especially with 2 strikes. Very difficult to strike out Cooper Pratt. Had almost as many walks as strikeouts in Nashville. He's going to see the ball deep and protect the plate with 2.
Took that one down and away.
He's a throwback. He's got that old school approach. If you're scouting Cooper Pratt, you're going to like everything about his game except his mustache. But he's rolling with it.
Ground ball third base side. It's foul. Looking for his first extra base hit. Just foul. Come on, man. He can't dog his mustache.
That thing is, I mean, it doesn't look too bad right here on the monitor on the screen. But up close and personal, that thing is not well manicured.
Does it need just to fill up?
I don't know what it needs. It needs something. But he's got to roll with it. He's got to keep it going. He's playing well with it.
Might as well. Good for him. I mean, he's still just a kid.
Oh, man.
I mean, I have nowhere to speak. It would take me 3 years to grow a mustache like that.
You can't even grow that.
It's outside. Yeah, I got nothing to say. Rock it, Coop. Get after it.
Yeah. Baseball players will, go with whatever's working.
Vinny, you could grow that in an afternoon. 3-2 runner goes. It's up and in, and he walked him.
Just another quality at bat from Cooper Pratt and his mustache.
Well, Vinny, I have to do some business here. How about every Brewers RBI? Northwestern Mutual Foundation funding 5 hours equivalent to $250 in childhood cancer research. Northwestern Mutual and the Brewers proud to partner in curing childhood cancer. A couple of stakes for Sal Frelick and a couple for David Hamilton. He had an RBI double back in the second inning. That's what really got the party started for the Brewers. 5 straight reached after that double. And Hamilton takes low for ball 1. Nobody loosening in that Braves bullpen. Elder trying to give them as much length as possible.
You almost feel like they're punting a little bit on this game just to kind of save some of the arms in their bullpen. Best bullpen in baseball, by the way, the Atlanta Braves. But you got to add on. Just make sure you can secure this victory. It's only the 3rd. Yeah, good job by David Hamilton too in his last at bat. Hasn't started, I should say, since Wednesday. He comes up with that big double in his last at bat.
3-0 coming. And it's right in there. Trying to beef up this scoreboard. Again, an 8-run second inning for the Brewers. Three and 2. Brewers trying to hang one on Elder. Came in with an ERA just north of 3. As we saw, it was under 2 for the first 11 starts, and Hamilton swings and misses. Elder comes all the way back from down in the count 3-0 and strikes out David Hamilton.
Yeah, throws the sinker right here. That's the front hip sinker. That's an important pitch for him with 2 strikes. But guess what? Last inning, they didn't even get to 2 strikes very often, and that's why he wasn't able to utilize that weapon. Got David Hamilton on that pitch right there, though.
Yelich now swings and misses. Yelich walked and scored in that second inning. He's 0 for 1. Brewers sent 11 men to the plate in that second inning. Elder threw just 28 pitches in the inning.
Yeah, aggressive.
Different approach in the 3rd as Yelich hits it foul. "23 pitches so far in this inning from Bryce Elder, who had pitched pretty well against the Brewers over the course of his career. And it's low.
Right, different approach this time, right? The Brewers do a great job of matching up against guys who try to get chase, right? So the Brewers are the best team in all of baseball not chasing pitches outside the zone.
Yelich down the left field line and caught by Riley. Takes at least 1 run off the board. Riley with a nice play. Brewers strand a couple of runners, but they lead by 7 in Atlanta.
Only from your local Ford dealer.
Happy Father's Day, Daddy. We love you. Hi, Dad.
Say love you,
Hi, Dad.
Say love you.
Love you. Happy birthday.
Say I love you, Dada.
I love you, Dada.
Say
Happy Father's Day. We love you. Happy Father's Day, Dollar Barrel Man. I love you.
Barrel Man.
Oh, that is the
That's
best.
awesome.
That's Jake Bauer's daughter. Oh my goodness, that's my favorite. Calls her dad Barrel Man.
That's all he does is find barrels. That's why.
That's right.
She knows.
Ah, sweet Marley. Hopefully next at bat for Jake Bauers find another barrel. There's Dubon. He fouls that one off the mask. Stays on 2 on Mauricio Dubon. Doubled and scored back in the opening inning.
And we saw Brandon Woodruff's 2 kids, but he's got 1 on the way. Another son due in July.
Joni is ready. Excited to see pop pitch.
Yeah, tomorrow.
And foul back. He's excited to get it going again. Gasser on 0-2 to Dubon. Lined it foul.
Yeah, good job by Robert Gasser to limit the damage after the leadoff double by Mauricio Dubon in that first inning.
Slightly low. 1-2 on Dubon. Gave up a leadoff single in the second inning, but pop-up strikeout after that. Pitch count's a little elevated for Gasser. .54 pitches through 2+, and 11 of those were to Matt Olson alone.
Yeah, it's a pesky offense. It's Atlanta Braves offense. They don't strike out very often. They walk.
Unlike that Cleveland team that he faced his last time out, which is very aggressive.
Right.
A lot of swing and miss.
Right. Not a lot of walks. Patient approaches from the Cleveland Guardians. Just depends on your opponent and how you match up.
2-2 lined into shallow right. It'll fall in front of Sal Frelick. Another leadoff hit. Third time in 3 innings a leadoff man has been aboard with a hit against Gasser.
Just another pesky at bat and approach from Mauricio Dubon. He just fights this one off. It's a fastball at the top of the zone. Just fights it off into right field. Sometimes you just got to tip your cap to a great at bat.
Drake Baldwin bounced out to second base. This is one of the best offenses in baseball, this Braves squad. They try and limit their exposure to scoring runs.
And you mentioned too, they're without one of their stars in Ronald Acuna Jr. Got to go ahead and avoid the sweep and get at least one.
Baldwin to left, right at Churio. One away. And now a message from Aurora Healthcare.
1, 2, 3, roar! How does it feel?
Amazing. One of my best days ever.
One away for Ozzie Albies. The Brewers will face Atlanta in the month of August in Milwaukee. 2 games in Milwaukee, and then the series finale will be played in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. The Little League Classic as Albies takes outside. So 2 games in Milwaukee and then 1 in Williamsport, followed by an off day in New York, and then a series with the Mets. It'll be a fun event. Excited to get to Williamsport. I've never been there before.
Neither have I.
Sign of the Little League World Series.
I mean, you guys didn't make it when you were in Little League?
Did not. Barely made it to the regional round. Out in Sacramento. Hotbed for baseball.
Yeah. Who was on your team? Any big leaguers? You played with some big leaguers over the course.
I did, but not in Little League.
Okay.
That's inside. One of my teammates, my 12-year-old high school year, was a daughter of a scout. Pittsburgh Pirates. That doesn't count though.
Okay. And that's the Little League, the 12-year-old season, right?
Yes. There's a liner caught. No throw from Hamilton. Albies lines out to third base. Yeah, 10 to 12 years old. That's the Williamsport Little League World Series. Right. Really good 10-year-olds.
This is a hot shot right here by Ozzie Albies. He buggy whips that big bat. It hits a line drive. This is a defensive play of the game brought to you by Aurora Healthcare, and David Hamilton gets up to get it.
You talk about that bat that Ozzie Albies uses, and it's a 35-inch is what we were told. 35-33. It's not quite Julio Franco territory. I think he swung a telephone pole, but it's a big bat.
Well, remember Alfonso Soriano too. He swung a big bat. I want to say that one was almost 36 inches.
Very top heavy. It was all barrel.
You gotta have some strong hands to wiggle a bat like that. Ozzie Albies clearly has them. Doesn't look like he would, right? Small guy. Is he 5'9"?
On a good day?
5'7". Actually, guys like to fudge those numbers a little bit. Ozzie is actually listed at 5'7", 165 pounds.
Not allowed to fudge those numbers anymore, not with the ABS system.
Right.
You take everybody's measurement between the hour of 10 a.m. to noon, because that's when you're at your peak height in the day, apparently.
They do that in spring training just once a year.
1-2 to Olsen. Struck him out. High fastball. Another 0 put up by Robert Gasser. 4 Ks for Gass in 3 innings.
Michelin, motion for life.
Top of the 4th, Brewers leading the Braves 8-1. Hey, make your favorite players all-stars. Scan the QR code to cast your 2026 Konami eBaseball MLB All-Star ballot daily or visit MLB.com/vote.
Jackson Chourio deserves your vote. RBI single last time, takes outside. Make it part of your morning routine, whatever you do. Like we said the other day, do the Wordle, have your breakfast. Vote Brewers. 5 a day.
I'm just trying to find the voting right now. William Contreras certainly deserves to be up there. Bryce Terang. Ozzie Albies is leading the second base vote. That can't be. Got to make Bryce Terang your all-star.
Just as many homers for Terang.
I mean, I could see Drake Baldwin's having a great year, but William Contreras 4th.
Get out there and vote.
Yeah, make it part of your day.
Saw Jake Bauers on that last shot.
I mean,
that's going to be a tough grind for Bauers, but he's got the numbers. He deserves it.
Yep. Yeah, he's been one of the most productive offensive players in baseball.
Chourio fouls it away.
Let alone position.
There's Barrelman. 2-2 to Chourio. Chopper, third base side and foul.
That's awesome. His daughter calls him Barrelman. That's great.
Happy Father's Day, Barrelman.
She knows. He was my pick to click in spring training. I didn't know if you knew that, Jeff.
No way.
But, yes.
This is news to me, Vinny.
His daughter is also in agreement. You think that she wouldn't pick him as her pick to click?
I certainly hope so.
Yeah, right.
It's going to be your pick to click, Dad.
I call him Barrelman.
Here's the 2-2 to Jackson Chourio. Fly ball into right. Maybe caught by White. Let's check in with Sophia's got more on Barrelman.
Yeah, we showed that video. Marley's been calling Jake Dad a Barrelman since the beginning of the season. She loves doing it every time he homers. It's been a career year for him. And in the video, she was actually wearing a shirt with Jake's picture that says Dad a Barrelman. And those shirts were made for Marley and Brooks by Jake's parents. They were just in town for the last homestand and gave them to the kids. So great gift all around.
Dad Barrelman. There's a line drive to center. Harris is there, makes the catch. Take a hit away from Bryce Terang.
Again, early in the count. Scorches a line drive right back up the middle, and Michael Harris runs it down. But I want one of those T-shirts. I don't want it that says Dada Barrelman, but just Barrelman. Jake Bauers Barrelman.
With Jake Bauers' face on it?
I'd take one.
Should wear that for an open one day.
I'm in.
Contreras 2 for 2. Single and a 3-run homer. Both came in the same inning. Kings of the 3-run homers again.
3-pointers. 15 of them. Contreras these last 13 games. Coming into this game hitting .333. Been swinging the bat well.
Manny Gonzalez said he went around 1 ball 2 strikes. Catching for his 3rd straight game. Ground ball towards the middle. Tough play. Kim bobbles, corrals, can't get him. That's got to be a base hit.
You got to be.
I'm not going to put it in my scorecard yet, but I can't imagine it not being a base hit. Tough play.
Yeah, this is a top spin ground ball that had a little extra giddy up on that second hop because of the top spin. Actually bounces a third time, and Ha-Seong Kim had to range far up the middle. Yeah, for me, that's a no-brainer hit.
It is a base hit, thankfully. Here comes Dad Barrel Man. And a line drive down the right field line, a base hit. Contreras will go from first to third. Bowers finds the barrel. Second hit of the game.
Yeah, that's exactly why he's called the barrel man, because that's all he does is find the barrel with the baseball. Again, another early count swing. This is again on the first pitch. That's the changeup. It hangs up enough for Jake Bowers to see it and get that barrel on it for a base hit. Contreras going first to third with 2 outs.
8 runs on 10 hits so far for the Brewers as Garrett Mitchell digs in, looking to join the hit parade. Everybody has reached base safely for the Brewers. Mitchell trying to be the last one. 0 for 2 so far. And he chops this one first base side. It is a foul ball. Scott Berry saying it was foul. Matt Olson was coming in trying to say no. But a foul ball for Garrett Mitchell.
It's off his foot.
I'm not sure if that's what Scott Berry was saying, but we did see one last night. A ball that looked like it hit Drake Baldwin's foot, or it didn't hit his foot. They called it that way.
I think it just bounced foul.
Mitchell takes up and in. Pitch number 80 coming up from Bryce Elder. Still nobody throwing in that bullpen for Atlanta. Mitchell, ground ball right side. Albies takes care of Mitchell. Inning over. Couple of hits, 2 left. Bottom of the 4th coming up.
It's Financial Group. Let's plan for more together.
Great day to be a Brewers fan here at Truist Park in Atlanta on Father's Day. It's an 8-1 lead. Our Freighter and Medical College of Wisconsin injury report. Good news for the Brewers. Brandon Woodruff is expected to be activated off the injured list. He's been out since May 1st, working his way back from right shoulder inflammation. Made his last rehab start last week, Tuesday, 5 1/3, 80 plus pitches for him. And he said, he really felt it was important having conversations with the pitching coaches and Pat Murphy for him to have this full buildup and extend it as much as he did, guys.
Harris rips one into the corner. It's going to be another leadoff base hit for the Atlanta Braves. This time a double. Harris 1 out of 2. Leadoff man on against Robert Gasser. It's going to be great to see Brandon Woodruff tomorrow. At least again expected to be activated from the injured list and start tomorrow. It's been a long time coming for him, and I think for a lot of folks longer than what they anticipated. For Brandon Woodruff also longer than what he anticipated. But just smart to take their time so that you get the best version of Brandon Woodruff that you can.
Yeah, you're right. And Sophia mentioned that they wanted him to go out on that rehab start just to, again, build up that pitch count enough so that the Brewers can, not miss a beat, not have to really kind of overuse their bullpen when he comes back. And he got up to 82 pitches last time out, that start with the Timber Rattlers. So he'll be ready to go. He's excited. I talked to him today in the clubhouse. He's really excited about the start tomorrow.
Runner takes off and steals third base. Contreras just put it in his back pocket, so Harris is there at third, down by 7.
Yeah, you normally don't take this risk in trying to steal a base down by 7, but if Robert Gasser is not going to pay any attention to you, you're going to go ahead and do it. And Michael Harris clearly showing no signs of having a tight back that kept him out of game 1.
Creates an RBI opportunity for Austin Riley. Runner at third, nobody out. Swing and a miss. Good changeup.
A rare changeup from Robert Gasser. That's kind of a pitch that Pat Murphy's talked about, having to develop the north-south arsenal, something that's going to have some depth to it. Changeup could be that next level of development for Gas.
Got him swinging. Fastball up in the zone. 5th strikeout for Gasser.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about with the deception to that fastball. Is a pretty good hitter in Austin Riley, who, yes, is struggling, but still to be able to drive that pitch, top rail, inner part of the plate, right on that corner, and to get the swing and miss at just 92, 93 miles per hour, you know that it has that extra little giddy up.
Joey Bart popped a short first time, swings and misses. Right at the top of that zone.
I think Robert Gasser is starting to understand that his stuff plays at this level.
Check the swing. Yes, he did. He came out of the gate so strong a couple of years ago. Was brilliant for 5 starts. And then hurt his elbow, had to have Tommy John surgery. It's been a long road back for him, building back up, building that confidence. Bart on the ground to 3rd. Hamilton throws him out, but he drives in a run. But he got blown up on the inside corner there.
Another well-located pitch by Gasser. You certainly trade the run to get the out right here. You're going to play the infield back just to avoid the big inning, and Braves able to push one across against Gasser, but again, less about the runs given up and more about the innings at this point.
There's Chad Patrick getting loose. Eli White coming up. 75 pitches for Gasser. Got it up to 92 his last time. So he's been 90 plus each of his last 2 appearances. One in Las Vegas and then the next against Cleveland at home. Ground ball foul outside of 3rd.
Yeah, you're going to look at Gasser's line game logs, and you're going to see that start in Vegas is going to look like an anomaly. As we take a look at this, is the youngest starting pitching staff in baseball at 27 years.
Ground ball foul, 3rd base side.
But that start in Vegas is going to look like, okay, this hasn't been a good run of starts for Gasser. But remember, he gave up 4 home runs. I don't think 3 of them would have got out on any other ballpark or any other day in Vegas. He pitched well that day. 7 punch outs. That was a career high for him.
1-2, sprayed foul right side. And Gasser getting an opportunity with the number of injuries that have plagued this Brewers starting staff. Take advantage of those opportunities. White hits it to right. And Sal jumped in, foul ball.
Oh, man.
He tried.
Sal almost brought it back.
He was up against a couple of Brewers fans in that foul territory. He tried to bring that thing back. How close was he?
Sal climbing the wall and then taking a dive among the fans.
He got a glove on it.
He almost caught that. That's like a stage dive at a concert.
Is that guy wearing a Sal Frelick jersey? If he is, that'd be amazing. Here's a swing and a miss. Gasser gets another strikeout. That's his 6th. 4 quality innings. Hey, I was on TV. Sal just jumped in my lap. Eight to 2 Brewers. That gentleman in the Brew Crew jersey has been on his phone nonstop for the last half an inning after Sal Frelick ended up in his lap. Heck of an attempt. I mean, I didn't realize how close he got as he Spider-Maned his way up and over this fence and got a glove on it.
Almost caught this ball, and this is like a Jeff Levering stage dive at a Blink-182 concert in the 90s.
Nice. Good reference. Ground ball to second base always makes the play. Blink-182 concert?
That's your favorite band, right? Growing up? No?
Since when?
You're a California guy. Just figured it was.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Nirvana? Pearl Jam?
They're great too. Blink-182?
You're not a fan. I'm a fan.
They're fine. They're fine. You want to sing? You want to sing some?
No.
Some Blink-182?
I'll pass on that. grunge. You're a grunge era guy.
I could be grungy, sure.
Yeah.
I would say that my musical taste is very eclectic. I'm across the board in all of my music tastes. Stage diving probably is not in my future.
No. You're not going to go stage diving at a Summerfest concert
I don't
when we
think
get
so.
home? Okay.
I don't think
All
so,
right.
no. Kind of frowned upon as Cooper Pratt fouled that ball off of his front leg, I believe. Sinker up and in.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, off the shin.
Ouch.
Yeah, I feel that. First one of those in the big leagues for Cooper Pratt. And then he hits a rocket back up the middle. He feels nothing anymore. A solid single for Cooper Pratt.
What a shot by Cooper Pratt after fouling one off his upper shin. He just goes ahead and takes this slider, stays on it, stays with it, and hits a rocket right back up the middle. Man, love this kid's swing. We talked about it yesterday. He is limping around first base a little bit.
It hurts, but not as bad as it did before the base hit.
Right.
It would have hurt a lot more if he grounded out to short. See the hits by direction, staying inside the baseball. David Hamilton at the plate, and he hits a bullet into left center for a hit.
Again, jumping on that first pitch by David Hamilton. A cutter down and away to him. And Bryce Elder is going to question himself as to how he has to approach hitters from here on out, just because he is trying to get ahead early, but he's getting way too much plate. David Hamilton makes it hurt.
Well, now Brad Epstein is going to go out and chat with Cooper Pratt and make sure he's doing okay, because he is certainly favoring that left leg.
Yeah, he's limping around the bases right now. Not something you want to see from your prized rookie, who's off to such a great start in the big leagues. He's not coming out.
He's only 21 years old. That thing should heal by the time he gets to third.
Yeah, you're right.
Certainly feeling it, though.
Yeah.
And you do want to be careful with it. Right now he's hoping Yelich goes deep and he can sit in that dugout for a couple of moments and get it wrapped.
Yeah, just jog around the bases.
Yelich 0 for 2, a walk and a run scored. Scott Barry didn't call that one a strike. It's been a strike for much of the day. That ball up above the strike zone. 1-0 on Yelich. Pop up into shallow center for Harris. And Pratt's going to have to hang in there. Jackson Chourio digs in. Solid single back in the second inning. Drove in a run. And Elder trying to gut through 5 innings. After giving up 8 in the second, he's done a pretty good job since then.
Yeah. He hasn't given up anything other than that second inning. An 8 spot by the Crew.
Chourio takes down and away. Brewers with a dozen hits. Popped him up. Olsen on the infield at first. Puts it away. Elder gets through 5, but the Brewers have an 8-2 lead.
Back at Truist Park here in Atlanta, it's an 8-2 lead, and BCF's 28th annual 5K 10K Famous Racing Sausages Run Walk will be held Saturday, July 11th at American Family Field, and participants will receive a t-shirt, a Brett bobblehead, ticket voucher, and more. The money raised goes to support veterans and their families at Fisher House, Wisconsin, and the Clement J. Zablocki VA Medical Center. You can go to brewers.com/5K to get signed up, and that is Saturday, July 11th, just a couple weeks away.
Coming up. Thanks so much, Sophia. Robert Gasser back out there, faces 9-1 and 2. Looking to get through this 5th inning. Chad Patrick continues to loosen in the Brewers bullpen. Kim struck out in the second inning. Swing and a miss at the sweeper. It's 1-2. 6 strikeouts for Gasser. Trying to retire the leadoff man for the first time in the game. He's allowed 4 hits. They've all opened up innings. Kim hits a pop-up. Cooper Pratt, who stayed in the game, backs up, calls everybody off, and makes the catch.
A rivalry baseball is back when the Brewers play the Cubs Friday, June 26th through Sunday, June 28th. Get here early to explore the new UW Credit Union Plaza experience, including a beer garden, kids playground including a giant climbable cow, live music, food trucks, mini golf, and more.
The official unveiling. It's coming up when we get home. Mauricio Dubon on the ground to Pratt, checking on him. Tough play, got rid of it. Bowers with a scoop on the other end. Excellent play by Cooper Pratt. The biggest part was getting it out of his hand quick.
This is the first time we've seen Cooper Pratt's range tested, and he answers that test easily. What a play by the kid right here. This is well in the hole on the run. He gets rid of it. And a good scoop on the other end by Jake Bowers, but you know, what a great play right here by Cooper Pratt, making that look kind of easy, quite frankly.
And that's after he took a foul ball off his shin, testing some of his mobility.
A nice scoop on the other end by Bowers, but that was a smooth looking play to the backhand by Cooper.
Drake Baldwin fouls the first one away. Excellent play by Pratt. He has not had a ton of chances since he's been up this week.
This is his 6th game starting at short now, and Cooper Pratt just a couple of routine plays so far, some pop-ups. He started a double play in his first game, but that was just an underhand flip. He did have the error in his first game, just kind of slipped on the plant foot. That was a good looking play by the former Gold Glove winner in the minor leagues.
And that's not just at the level in which he was playing, that's the entire minor leagues. 0-2 pitch. Ooh. 1-2.
Yeah, you could sense that Contreras wanted to challenge that.
Could have.
Decided against it.
If he does, he wins it.
Yeah.
According to our information. Instead, Gasser does it on his own. He matches a career high with 7 strikeouts as he gets through 5 strong. Cooper Pratt with a nice gem here in the 5th inning to get Mauricio Dubon. The backhand got rid of it. Don't feel that shin anymore at all.
USAA, taking care of our own.
Milwaukee Brewers baseball is presented by Miller Lite. Taste you can depend on. And by Northwestern Mutual. Discover a better way to money at northwesternmutual.com. All kinds of Brewers fans down in Atlanta for this weekend series. And Bryce Elder going back out there. First pitch is fouled away by Trang. He has swung at the first pitch each of his last 2 at-bats.
Yeah, Elder continues to challenge him early.
Takes another hack. It's 0-2. Should say his last 3 at-bats because he swung at the first pitch in his second AB in the second inning to drive in a run. Lined out to center on the first pitch in the 4th. There is action in the Braves bullpen. The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. 6th strikeout for Elder.
Later in an at-bat that Elder gets a Brewers hitter, advantage Elder, just because again that is pretty nasty right there. That looks like it's going to hit you in the ribs, and it comes back over the edge for strike 3.
Brings up Contreras, who's 3 for 3. And that one hit down the line. Nice pick by Riley. Throws on the run and takes a 4th hit away from Contreras. Robs his old teammate. Great play by Austin Riley at 3rd.
It made it look easy too. This is a rocket down the line by William Contreras. Austin Riley gloves it and then is very smoothly just throws a strike over to first base as he's falling away from the infield. Yeah, he's always been able to pick it over there at third.
He got a lot on that throw with not a lot of balance behind him. It's a foul ball from Bowers. Seen some good glove work today. Both sides. Bowers rips one right at Olsen. I tell you, the Brewers barreling up. Bryce Elder, he gets through 6. Brewers go 1, 2, 3.
Grab your seats at Brewers.com.
Today's Tavern of the Game winner is Why Not Tavern in Whitehall. If the Tavern calls the Milwaukee Brewers by 10 a.m. tomorrow, they will receive 40 tickets to a Friday night game in the Miller Lite Beer Pen. This offers courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite.
So it popped up right side. Sal Frelick is there. 1 pitch and 1 out for Robert Gasser. 91 pitches for him, trying to get through this 6th inning. He's got Matt Olson in his sights.
The deepest he's gone in a ball game was that last start against the Cleveland Guardians with 5 2/3.
Olson takes low. Chad Patrick has been loosening for the Brewers for each of the last couple of innings. 7 straight retired by Gasser. Olson takes high. Olson has walked and struck out. He's 1 out of 8 in this series.
That 1 hit was that blue pit yesterday in the 9th inning. It led to the victory for the Braves.
On the ground to first. Bowers. 2 away. Well, Gasser, who was at 48 pitches after 2 innings, he's really dialed it in since then. Pitch count wise, he's been much more efficient.
Yeah, good call. We thought it was going to be potentially a long day after the double first batter that he faced in Mauricio Dubon, and then he ended up walking Matt Olson in that first inning as well. But he's done a great job of attacking, limiting damage. See if he can get through this 6th. Career high of just getting through 6 3 times. That was in 2024.
You wonder how much of the score has changed the at-bats as well from the Braves.
It's a really good call. Allowed Gasser maybe to have some comfort out there on the mound in being aggressive in the zone.
0-2 on Harris. Gasser has already matched a career high with 7 strikeouts. He's done that twice, last being against Las Vegas a couple of starts ago. Also back in 24, his first year in the big leagues. 0-2 coming, and a ground ball to second base. He'll take that. And 6 quality innings from Robert Gasser this afternoon in Atlanta.
Grade lower sugar. Hydrates better than water.
Milwaukee Brewers baseball is presented by Prevagen. Prevagen, made for your brain. And by the Wells Fargo Active Cash Credit Card. Earn 2% unlimited cash rewards on purchases. Terms apply. The Freeze has done it again.
Man, I love it when he passes the runner and they just know, I thought I was going to win.
You get to about right center field and you're feeling pretty good about yourself, and then you start hearing footsteps and it's the Freeze waving by to you as he passes you. Garrett Mitchell takes outside, ball 1 from Reynaldo Lopez, who's in out of the Braves bullpen. Elder ends up going 6 innings. And if it weren't for that 8-run second inning, he had a pretty good start. The numbers on Lopez.
He has been serving as that multi-inning reliever out of the bullpen since late April. Fastball slider to righties, fastball curveball change to lefties.
He was an all-star a couple of years ago. He's fallen on some hard times injury-wise. He only pitched in 1 game last year. Pitched to a 199 ERA in 26 games in 2024.
Just 32 years old, last year of a 3-year deal.
Took a strike.
Can make a spot start for you if you need him. But yeah, Bryce Elder, for him to get through 6, that kind of saves the pen for them for their next series. Brewers obviously don't care about that, but I mean, they do in the sense of they're chasing the Braves down, right?
Yeah, that number 2 spot is really important. Number 1 spot is really important. Get that first round bye in the postseason. You win your division, it's all fine and dandy, but you want to get into that first or second spot so that you can have that week off. It did benefit the Brewers last year because if they don't win the division, then they have to play those divisional series games against the Chicago Cubs. You got to play in the wild card round. It's great to have those games at home.
Yeah, they would have had to play the wild card round potentially against the Padres, who the Padres and the Cubs ended up playing each other last year, right? And the Cubs, ended up winning that series and then playing the Brewers. But you're going to line up your pitching a little bit easier, a little bit more clean. How they line up the pitching, if they can get that first round bye going into that divisional series. And yes, we are talking about the playoffs already this early, but it's certainly, I mean, the Brewers have proven so far this season they've been one of the best teams in baseball. They can look ahead, try and run down those Braves or Dodgers.
And I think we're getting catcher's interference. Yep. Sal Frelick leading the league in catcher's interference, and he gets another one.
Is that 6 of them now? Yeah, Joey Bart should know better. He's played in the NL Central for the Pirates, and look how close he is sitting behind Sal Frelick. He should definitely know better. Sal sees the ball very, very deep, tries to fight pitches off, and gets the catcher's interference. 6. That's most in Major League Baseball.
George Springer is second, and he's got 3. Here's Pratt. And he takes low. 1 for 2 for Pratt. He's walked, singled. Nobody out. And an 8-2 lead for the Brewers in the 7th inning on Father's Day. No challenge. 2 balls, no strikes. We have not seen an ABS challenge in this game yet from Scott Berry.
And there's been a bunch of opportunities. He's certainly not been 100% with his zone.
There's a strike. Again, the information is there to challenge if you'd like to. Two and 2 on Pratt. Everybody in the Brewers lineup has reached base safely, either by hit or by walk today. And after the first 2 games of 1-run defeats, it really just gut punches too for the Brewers. 8-run second inning as Pratt hits one on the ground to short. They'll get 1 and 2. Double play. 6-4-3. Two gone in the 7th for David Hamilton.
And tied Pratt up and ends up grounding in a 6-4-3 double play, but still a runner in scoring position for David Hamilton. See if he can come through and add a run.
Hamilton takes a strike on the corner. Couple of base hits for Hamilton, an RBI double in the 2nd, single in the 5th. Both going the other way. That's low. At the bottom of the zone, 1-2.
He's using that fastball at the bottom of the zone. Is Lopez. But 10 years ago, that's exactly where you'd want to live as a pitcher, down in the zone. Game has changed, certainly, on the pitching side of things. A lot of guys throwing that four-seamer, that upper third, trying to get swing and miss. Throwing their off-speed more down in the zone into the back door.
One, two. Skips in the dirt. Bart blocked it. Here comes the runner from third to score. Garrett Mitchell got a great read on a ball that didn't get too far away from Joey Bart, and the Brewers had another run.
Yeah, great aggressive base running right here by Garrett Mitchell. This ball is way out in front of the plate, and Garrett Mitchell, check out that jump. He sees it scamper away from Joey Bart, and he is able to get in there easily.
The Brewers score a run without a hit, a walk, a catcher's interference, double play ball, and now a wild pitch. Nine to 2 in the seventh. Hamilton hits it foul. That's low on Hamilton.
Back when we were kids, there was a thing called newspapers, and we'd get your name in the newspaper for an RBI. And so anytime there was a wild pitch, we would say, oh, that's an RBI. But it's not.
It's not an
official
RBI.
score. It's not an RBI.
Really, Vinny?
That's true.
I'm so glad there's
It's a true
two
story.
outs. I'm so glad there's 2 outs. We're going to keep it right here, though, on this Father's Day, and have God Bless America here in Atlanta.
The Atlanta Braves invite all of our guests to please rise and sing along as we celebrate America's freedom with the singing of God Bless America, performed by Braves opera tenor Timothy Miller.
While the storm clouds gather far across the sea, let us swear allegiance to a land that's free. Let us all be grateful for a land so fair as we raise our voices in the solemn prayer.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet
Scared of. Get T-Mobile 5G home internet delivered the same day, powered by DoorDash.
Toyota drive of the game. Robert Gasser getting it done today. 6 innings, got plenty of run support. Tied a career high with 7 Ks, Vinny.
Yeah, he was really good, really sharp, efficient. Was driving the baseball through the zone, super aggressive in the zone after that 8-run second inning by the Milwaukee Brewers offense. And he was really good to get through 6.
Brings on Chad Patrick out of the Brewers bullpen. Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all called at the pen. Brings in Chad, really good in his last appearance for the Brewers.
Yeah, he really was. After a couple of outings where he really struggled and couldn't find it, and he pulled it back on the rails last time out, and he covered 3 1/3 last time. Yeah, 50 pitches in his last appearance. He has a couple days off, 3 days off now since then.
Goes up and in on Austin Riley with a cutter for ball 1. Just 4 hits against Robert Gasser with those 7 strikeouts. And a swing and a miss by Riley.
Yeah, potentially going for another 3-inning save. We'll see for Chad Patrick.
And Pat Murphy would be thrilled if that's what he got from Chad today. Save the rest of that bullpen for Cincinnati. Riley lines one foul right side.
Yeah, that would be huge. I mean, you want to definitely go into that Cincinnati series with a full rested bullpen.
Brewers will face a couple of righties in that series, starting with Brady Singer tomorrow. Foul back by Riley. Nick Lodolo in game 2, and then Rhett Lauder in game number 3. They miss Andrew Abbott. They miss Chase Burns.
Chase, both those guys. Yeah, Chase Burns has been one of the best pitchers in baseball. And you're going to kind of wipe your brow and say, good thing we don't have to face that guy next series.
And the Brewers will see Cincinnati twice over the course of 9 days, because they'll see them this week and then see the Cubs at home, and then the Reds come right back.
A good chance you'll probably get them at some point.
Yeah, Burns started today, 5 innings with 7 strikeouts against the Yankees. Riley fouls it off his front foot at home plate.
That's a cutter that backed up a little bit on Patrick, and Riley fouls it right off the top of his foot.
The Brewers starting pitching has been spectacular since coming back to sea level from that Rockies and Vegas road trip. Riley got jammed. You could even take Brandon Sproat's last appearance in Las Vegas, which was a really good appearance. But over the last 10, which includes that Sproat start, a 245 earned run average for this starting pitching staff. Opponents hitting just 176 against him.
Not giving up free passes either.
Off the end of the bat, pop up on the infield for Bowers. Check out today's Johnson Financial Group player profile. Chad Patrick against the Guardians last time out, those 3 1/3 innings, 7 strikeouts. Remember, Vinny, the beginning part of the season when Patrick was in the starting rotation, strikeouts weren't a part of his game. But since he has been in this Swiss Army knife role out of the bullpen, the strikeouts have definitely been there.
Yeah, he's made an adjustment to that cutter. It's now more of a, that it's staying on the same plane. It's got a lot of late life to it. Guys are swinging and missing at it a ton, just like that last pitch to Joey Bart right there.
Joey Bart 0 for 2, did drive in a run in his last at bat with ground ball. 97-mile-an-hour sinker from Chad Patrick.
And that's what we've seen from CP out of the bullpen. That increased velocity, 97, right at the top.
And Bart will use his timeout down to the count 0-2. On the ground, second base. Bryce Terang throws him out.
Join a special Brewers Alumni Legends game presented by Northwestern Mutual after the game Friday, July 24th. Score a bowling shirt with special tickets and enjoy concessions discounts at the game. Grab your tickets and learn more at brewers.com/legendsgame.
Eli White hits 2 outs, nobody on base. And there's a strike.
Not challenged.
It's all right. It's late in the game. It's a 7-run lead.
Maybe they got an agreement. Hey, he opened up the zone. It's a 7-run game. Let's not challenge anything. don't think so.
White flies it out to center field. It's not like the last day of the minor league season where we're sharing bats and gloves. Happens all the time. 7 innings complete in Atlanta. It's 9-2 Brewers.
Chew into it with Extra.
Father's Day in America today. Chad Watke, part of our production crew with his family. And Dave Trout with his boys. Happy Father's Day to our great crew. Christian Yelich digs in. That's low. We've got more. It's not just those two guys that are part of our crew. There's Dan Keener, our producer, with his 3 kids. Happy Father's Day to Keener. Lindsay Plozé's husband, Tim, and their son. Lindsay Plozé, one of the great directors, technical directors in all of sports. Hey, that's me and my kids. Brock and Logan. Brock's playing right now, and Vinny with his girls. Happy Father's Day, everybody. And Al Minard as well. Al, the coach. Sophia's dad. Yelich grounds out to short. One away in this 8th inning. Great to be spending Father's Day with our baseball family.
Yep. You talked to Logan and Brock today?
I did. We FaceTimed this morning before Brock had his first game. They dominated their first game of their tournament. Hopefully the weather holds off so they can play later.
Nice.
The broken background ball hit to short. Churio is out.
Now does Brock get his name in the paper if he gets an RBI?
He does not.
It's game
he gets
changer
his name
now.
on the game changer.
Game changer
They
app
do,
now.
they do a recap, which is kind of cool. They write a little post-game recap.
Oh.
Brock got his name in the recap because he had a 2-run double today.
Oh, wait, Brock? And how's his arm? He had a little arm issue, right?
Arm is getting better. He can hit.
Good.
He's not quite playing in the field yet.
Nice.
We have another member of our crew, Dave Trout's son Simon. Their lacrosse team won a tournament today.
Oh, nice. Lacrosse is getting big in Wisconsin.
Sweeping the nation.
Yeah.
Not just a big sport up in the Northeast. Terang. Even in the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Two and one now on Terang. He's been walking up to a ringtone this entire series. That's a strike.
What do you mean? Did I miss that?
Yes. Yes, Vinny, you missed it. It's just
That's surprising.
If you had your phone on the ring setting, that's what Bryce would walk up to.
Why were they doing that?
Because his last name is Terang.
Oh my goodness.
Rang. We're here all week, Vinny.
I'm doing the went over my head.
They took our Snoop camera away.
Oh yeah, they
striking the set a little early.
It's okay.
We got to get out of here. We got to get to Cincinnati. So they strike the set in the 6th or 7th inning. But we have cameras all over. So Vinny from center field, do what you just did.
That joke went.
Yeah, over your head.
Right over my head.
There it is. Right over. Yep. Swing and a miss. That was Lindsay Plozé directing. Way to go, Lindsay. That's us. Happy Father's Day, everybody. Nine to 2 Brewers on our Toyota game reset. An 8-run second inning. 3 extra base hits, including a 2-run home run from William Contreras. Robert Gasser, quality start, matching a career high with 7 strikeouts. Chad Patrick out for the bottom of the 8th inning. Offering from Patrick is a ball high on Ha-Seong Kim. Getting an official scoring change. Just in case you're curious, it's an unearned run. Back in the 7th inning because of the catcher's interference.
That should have been a no-brainer, right?
Should have been.
Yeah.
But here we are, 4 half innings later.
What We had an issue yesterday with the official score as well, right? With the E4.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really an error. It was the Ozzie Albies play that he just made a bad decision on.
Right. He made a bad decision. Yes, it should have been an error, but he made a bad decision on it. Can't assume double play.
It shouldn't have taken away Chris Sale's 2 runs.
Shouldn't. Here's the 1-2, and it's high. And Patrick nearly slipped out of that one.
Not an easy job, official scorer. We have the best in the business back home, Coach Tim O'Driscoll.
Wish he was lending support to yesterday's ball game, which he does sometimes from afar.
Sometimes.
2-2 coming, a swing and a miss. And Patrick strikes out Ha-Seong Kim. Mauricio Dubon coming up. The Braves broadcast featuring Brandon Gaudin and C.J. Nitkowski. I got to give them credit. Well, at least C.J. Nitkowski. We know that he is a man of many talents. He's a great analyst on Braves television. But I didn't know that he makes his own sourdough bagels until today.
Bagels, bread, yeah.
He brought his own bagels into the broadcast booth and came in and shared some. Vinny, you're not in your feeding window yet, so you haven't eaten yours. But I've had at least half of mine and saving the rest for after the ball game.
Delicious?
Oh, unbelievable. Mine was a cinnamon raisin pecan bourbon bagel that is sourdough. Did you go Asiago cheese?
I did. Yep. I can't wait to devour it. Everyone's talking about his skills as a sourdough baker up here in Braves broadcast land.
You mentioned this before the game, and I was curious too. A check swing, you went around. It's 1-2. How do you find time with this job that we have? How do you find time?
I'm not sure.
To have the sourdough starter, to make your own not only bagels but sourdough bread. How does he find time to do it?
From everything I've heard about sourdough bread making, it takes all day.
Right? Yeah. Doesn't it?
Yeah, I thought. But CJ, man of many talents.
Does he ever sleep? Does he ever sit down? He hosts on MLB Network Radio. He's got his own show every week.
Right.
Every day during the week. It's impressive. There's a liner into center field, and Dubon's going to have his 3rd hit. Double, single, single. And he got robbed by Cooper Pratt in the 5th inning.
Yeah, remember what he did to the Brewers and Jacob Mizorowski in Game 1. That 2 RBI base hit to put the Braves up on the Brewers and essentially win the ball game. Is a good-looking player, Mauricio Dubon. At one point, a Milwaukee Brewer. I think that was David Stern's first trade. Tyler Thornburg to the Boston Red Sox for Mauricio Dubon was in that deal.
Certainly one of them. It's a ground ball to short. Pratt steps on the bag, throws the first. It's a double play. So after the base hit, Chad Patrick erases it quickly on the 6-3 double play. We've reached the 9th on Papa's Day.
And your appliance answers now at the Home Depot.
StatCast powered by Google Cloud. This one swing took this ball game from a game into a laugher. 3-run home run off the bat of William Contreras put a dent in the scoreboard above the Brewers bullpen and left.
110-mile-per-hour line drive. That was a big blast by William.
7th home run of the year on our Wisconsin Lottery home run leaderboard, and there is Contreras at the plate facing Ronaldo Lopez. Got robbed of a hit his last time up, did Contreras.
It could easily be 4 for 4. It's impressive what he can do with the bat, Jeff, after catching the night game. Kind of a grindy game last night defensively. Close game. And it comes back day game, and he's been swinging the bat well all day long.
Saw Rowdy Tellez check in over at first base for Matt Olson. Contreras, we've said it a lot, how it seems as he gets better as the season goes on. And that is such a hard thing to wrap your head around for a guy who catches as much as he does.
Yeah. Not only physically, the physical toll it takes on you in your lower half and your legs, but the mental toll.
Missile to center, another hit. That's his 4th hit. Could easily be 5 for 5.
Man, when he gets hot, it's white hot. He does not miss pitches that he should put the barrel on. And that's been the case all day today for William Contreras. More loud contact. Man.
That last one was at 105 off the bat. It's his third 4-hit game of the season. Got a feeling every one of his exit velocities is at least 100 miles an hour.
Has to be. And hot shot down the third base line is the only time he's been retired.
That was 103 off the bat.
Jeez.
Bowers fouled it away. 2 for 4 for Barrel Man. We'll run these exit velocities down for a moment as Bowers takes outside. It's 1-2, 102, 110, 97, 104, and 105.
Jeez.
Some hard hit balls. Bowers down the left field line, foul. Nice catch.
Pretty excited about it.
Yeah, fired up in that Tigers hat.
There's some Brewers fans with him.
Take a picture. It didn't happen.
Is that an Instagram or a TikTok?
Both. You got to put it on all the socials.
Put it on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all of them. What a catch.
See, bare hand, nice. It wasn't even the guy that made the catch that was so fired up. It's the guy sitting next to him. Swing and a miss. Bowers gone on strikes. That's the changeup from Lopez. One away in the ninth.
They celebrate America's 250th anniversary at the Brewers game on July 1st with post-game fireworks. Fans who purchase a special ticket also get an America's Pastime t-shirt. It's all presented by T-Mobile. Get tickets at Brewers.com.
Garrett Mitchell 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Fouls the first one away. Brewers with 9 runs on 13 hits. 8 runs second inning, and they scored 6 of those with 2 outs.
Yeah, even the balls that they've recorded for outs have been hard hit. Just all over the barrel today. There's no room to breathe for the Atlanta Braves pitching staff.
And one scoots away from Bart, but no advance from Contreras. Brewers will head to Cincinnati. The Braves will go on a West Coast trip. They've got the San Francisco Giants coming up in San Francisco.
Yeah, San Francisco and San Diego, I believe.
Exactly right. In opposite order. San Diego, then San Francisco. I messed that up.
Yeah, we'll be scoreboard watching with the Braves, right?
Totally.
Yeah. Yeah, for a long stretch this season, they had the best record in all of baseball. They've kind of backed off just a little bit. Coming into this series, they lost 6 of 7. Won the first 2 games of this series, however.
Close games. I mean, the first 2 games of this series felt like playoff games, where one little thing going a different way and you have a different result. I mean, you even think about the opener on Friday, that throw from Eli White and left, 6 inches one way or the other, and the Brewers tie it. Fly ball into left for Dubon. 2 gone in the 9th inning.
I mean, again, you lose the first 2 games, but you got to feel good as to how you competed in this series. If you're the Milwaukee Brewers, you competed with one of the best teams in all of baseball. You're winning this game 9-2. Hopefully, obviously, finish this off. Yeah, but
knocked out Chris Sale with the lead.
Yeah, I mean, you almost felt like you were the better team in this series, but you lost the first 2. Everything went the Braves' way in Game 1, and you can almost say everything went Braves' way in Game 2. Is certainly that home run hit by Ozzie Albies, that fly ball, that pop-up that went out of the ballpark.
Well, both of the home runs that Albies hit yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Brewers just did everything right today, especially in that 8-run second inning. Brandon Woodruff expected to make the start tomorrow against the Reds. First game against the Reds this year. Swing and a foul.
Yeah, the Reds, there was every single team in the NL Central was over 500 for a long stretch, except recently. The Reds are now under. It's because of their bullpen has kind of faltered, but not a team you want to take lightly, certainly. Now the Pirates are also under.
We've lost 2 in a row to get a game under 500. Frelick into the left. This one slicing towards the seats and in the seats for a foul ball. And the Cubs were even flirting with 500. They're only 3 games over at the moment.
Yeah, they started to swing. They had started to swing the bats as of late. Pete Armstrong has gotten red hot. Cardinals have played consistently well most of the season. Yeah, it's not done by any stretch of the imagination. NL Central's still tough.
A lot of division games coming up. The Brewers have only played the Cubs that one series down in Chicago. They'll have the Cubs on the next homestand. Brewers still have a 5-game series in 4 days in St. Louis.
Yeah.
On the final road trip before the break. Part of playing 18 games in 17 days to end the first half of the season.
Yep. A doubleheader with the Cardinals. That's going to be a huge series.
It's Drew Rahm in the Brewers bullpen. 2-2 on Frelick. Ground ball foul, first base side. Sal's got a couple of hits and also reached on a catcher's interference. Important to get Sal going. Think about his at bat in game number 1 against Suarez. I mean, that is a couple inches away from going up the middle.
That's
and
right.
Another couple of runs scoring.
Yeah, you're right. That was in the 8th inning.
It's in the dirt. 3-2.
Game of inches. You can do everything right in this game and not get rewarded. So hard not to get caught up in the results.
9th pitch of this at bat. There goes Contreras. And Frelick goes down the left field line, slicing foul. Contreras now getting his cardio in. He's done most of his heavy lifting to this point. 4 for 5, homer. Fastballs, curveballs, 1 changeup. Frelick into center for Harris. Inning over. Bottom of the 9th coming up. 9-2 Brewers on Father's Day.
Offices. One call. That's all.
Watch us take control. Forget all you know. Don't get comfortable. Watch us as we steal the show.
Bottom half of inning number 9. Brewers trying to get out of town with a win, trying to snap a 4-game road losing streak. Chad Patrick stays in the game. 3 outs away from another save. It'll be a 3-inning save. He's had one of those already this year. It'll be his 4th save overall. He's got to deal with Albies, Tellez, and then Michael Harris. So 3 left-handed bats that Patrick contends with, and Albies a line drive and a right for a base hit. Just the 6th hit of the game for Atlanta.
It jumps all over a first pitch. Down in the zone to Ozzie Albies. Got a leadoff base runner.
Just 6 hits as mentioned. The Braves are 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. Vinny, in this season, or in this series, I should say, the Braves are just 1 out of 11. They've had 11 at-bats with runners in scoring position.
Yeah.
They've won 2 games.
Yeah, that's just how we talked about. Kind of everything has gone the Braves' way in those first 2 games and won a couple of close ones. It really impressive, too, how the Brewers going to bounce back. Again, finish this one off, but I mean, you could really try too hard to get a W as we see that bat flying from Rowdy.
Need some more pine tar, more stick 'em on that bat. It's like you said in your Miller Time game plan as we go back to it. Meet the game halfway. The Brewers have done that. There's a bat flying out of the hands. Whoop.
A muggy day out here. Slipping out of Rowdy's hands. Yeah, you try and do too much, the game's not going to reward you for it.
That's up high on Tellez.
It's so much easier said than done, however, because again, competitors that baseball players are, they want it super bad, they want the results, but sometimes the game doesn't present itself in such a way.
Tellez fouls it away again.
Pat Murphy talks about it all the time. You try and do too much with a 3-1 pitch, you leave the zone, all of a sudden it's 3-2 and the guy makes a nasty pitch on you. Instead, take the walk and let your teammate do it behind you. Stuff like that all the time. Meet the game halfway. The Brewers have done it so far in today's game.
Tellez, a fly ball to center. Back at the wall, gone. Rowdy Tellez hits a home run, his first as a Brave. It's 9-4.
A 2-run shot by Rowdy. Brewers have a cushion, a 7-run cushion going into this 9th, and you don't want it to get much further than this. This is a pitch elevated in the zone, a sinker up in the zone, and Rowdy barrels it up. Yeah, we've seen that a lot with Rowdy Tellez wearing a Milwaukee Brewers uniform. This is his first wearing a Braves uniform and just his 5th at-bat up here with the Atlanta Braves.
Saw him do that in this series, in the division series against the Braves in 2021. In fact, the Brewers scored 4 runs in that series. They were all 2-run home runs from Rowdy Tellez. So Chris Hook out to chat with Chad Patrick, trying to finish this one out. Just a reminder, this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Milwaukee Brewers, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Milwaukee Brewers. Joel Kuhnel now is loosening the Brewers pattern. Chad Patrick trying to flush that 2-run home run from Rowdy Tellez. 3 more outs to get as Harris hits a ground ball right near the bag. Pratt's there and throws Harris out. 1 away. Good bounce back.
Yeah, good job by Chad. Just continue to attack the zone. 5-run lead. Don't worry about that 2-run home run hit by Rowdy. Big first out.
Austin Riley, 1 out of 3 today. Brewers postgame presented by Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin will follow the end of the game. Sophia and Vinny will have that for you. Sophia will have plenty of options for her postgame interview. 9 runs on 13 hits. Robert Gasser threw the ball well. And Chad Patrick looking for 2 more outs.
So it's up to the scorer's discretion, just for some clarity, whether or not he is going to get a save, right? So you could have a big lead, give up a bunch of runs, whether or not you're going to get that save, I believe. Is that wrong? Jeff, you're not vibing with that.
I'm not.
Okay. Maybe we can get Coach O'Driscoll to chime in here.
Getting thumbs down. And funny, Tim O'Driscoll just texted me. He's supporting 3 other games at the moment.
Okay.
But not our game. They heard us talking about you. 3-1. Swing and a miss. 3-2. 3 innings save. Always.
Always. Okay.
3 or
I
more
stand
innings.
corrected. I thought you could be winning by 15 and give up 14 and you're still getting the save, huh?
It means your team's scoring a lot of runs.
All right.
And if you're giving up 14, you're probably not sticking around in the game.
True.
Swing and a miss. Riley strikes out.
Good cutter right here from Chad Patrick. I tell you what, after he gave up those runs, those 4 runs, 7 runs total in 2 outings, Chad Patrick has come back and he's looked really sharp. That cutter was nasty on the outer corner, bottom of the zone. Good pitch.
1 out away from a 3-inning save for Chad Patrick. Here's Joey Bart 0 for 3, fouls this one away. It's 0-1. Strike 2 on Bart.
Rock is as great as he is, and I really have learned a lot from Rock in this job. He always said know the rules.
Yeah.
But the official scoring is kind of wild, and it's hard to know.
Yeah, no, you're good. You don't have to get all defensive about it. It's a ground ball to third. Hamilton throws, picked by Bowers, and it's a Father's Day win for the Brewers. 9-4 the final score, a big 8-run second inning. And they ride Gasser and Patrick to a win.
Yeah, great job by Robert Gasser to get through 6 innings in this start. A career high, tied for a career high with 7 punch outs. Chad Patrick comes in with a 3-inning save. Phenomenal job by him. Big day offensively for William Contreras. Big 8-run inning, and the Brewers salvage the series with a victory.
First win of the season for Robert Gasser. We've got more coming up on Brewers postgame, presented by Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin. For Vinny Rotino, Sophia Minert, and our entire crew, I'm Jeff Levering saying so long. Happy Father's Day, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll chat with you in Cincinnati tomorrow night.